Yeah, if you want to rebuild the heating system, we'll need a lot of steel, and it will just bankrupt us building all those pipes with imported steel. But the good thing is, like, yeah, steel is very expensive. Comparatively, one of the most expensive resources when you actually start using it. The good thing is, we can make steel quite easily. We get iron, we refine it, we combine it with coal into steel. And we have a very good deposit, like almost 90% quality around this place. And we have our coal right here as well, so we can literally just link it up with conveyors. And get very easy steel over in this area. There's very little infrastructure I would need to add. And then also we could produce them into mechanical components for even more money. And we can send those into production for vehicles, I guess. Yeah, I just finished flattening this area over here. We have a little bit more space to expand our industry. Alright, here's the planned out stuff. Here on the mountain we have iron mining, a little bit of processing, some trash incineration, storage. Then it gets conveyed along with the coal over here over to the steel mill over here. We can attach more factories to the steel mill as well. Also, we have tram stops for transport, we have railways for resource transport, pipes, electricity, some additional railway and tram electrification, just for redundancy. Now, the problem is, we don't really have a construction office anywhere close to here. Like, we have this tiny one. All the resources are... I think, like, back here is the closest place, and... yeah. With how much we're expanding over this area, I think we might need something closer. Now let's see what we have here. Yeah, this area I just built and I'm not using it, and I probably won't be using it. Just kinda sitting here abandoned. Might bulldoze it eventually. Yeah, I guess we'll need to build some construction offices, just I'm not sure where, because they would need to be close to other stuff to be actually useful. We don't have any space here. So it's like we could probably build them somewhere around here, maybe. Not super close, but it will facilitate future expansion. And this is just for terraforming. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. I actually wonder, I have this aggregate unloading and loading stations here. Yeah, I guess I could hook some stuff already onto those stations here. Like for gravel transport. And we have fuel here as well. And we have a rail construction office here. Yeah, so I guess we'll make this the newest construction area over here. Little bit more time, and by that I mean a few more hours, and I think I'm ready to start construction. We got the construction stuff planned out. It's all over the place, like there's materials here, more solid ones. Then some aggregates and concrete and stuff here. Then we got People transport, also demolition as well. From a bus stop here. Excavators will go here. No, cranes. Yeah. So far, this breaks. So it may be like 3 to 4 hours of active playtime to just plan this all out. And now in a normal city builder, you would it would already all be working. You just buy it for money, magically. But no, now we move to the second stage, that is unpausing the game and seeing how horribly things fail when I try to actually build them. I should reassign priorities so that we can start building stuff faster with the new construction offices. Oh nice, and it's winter as well. In fact, there's... Yeah, now we need more road maintenance vehicles around the place to clean all of these new roads as well. Yikes. Heating problem. Where? Right, we still don't have the pipe going over to here. Even the small pipe is like 70 tons of steel. Imagine how much we'll need to move stuff over to the cities. Like tens of millions of rubles probably just to import the steel. So that's why we have to make it on our own. Yeah. Well, as long as the rest of the economy is somewhat stable, I think we'll be able to pull through with this. And we can always start taking out big loans. Like we have 300 million ruble loan we can take out. Yeah, I think we'll be fine for now. There's so much construction on the horizon. By the way, if you want to know the height of this place, it's pretty much exactly 100 meters above the other stuff. 104 meters, this is 4 meters. That's kind of funny. Most of the city being 4 meters above sea level. Let's just say, when the climate change hits, it will all go underwater. I mean, I guess we can, with our super duper great industrial building prowess, just make a giant dam around the city. That also works. After all, we already got mountains on one side, so it's like we just dam this portion here and here. Truly incredible. We need to get an airport. The helicopter strategy works, but I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with it. But it is very funny. We have a row of helicopters just flying all over the place. You can really see that I like railways. There's so many of them. Yeah, what's the problem here? Alright. Of course, the railway construction vehicles are going out and they're going to just jam the traffic everywhere else. Great. Oh my god. For how long did... Alright, I guess we'll have to remove the signals from here. So they don't just stand in the middle of the... road. It's small things like this. Ideally, we should make this a tunnel. Because there's so much traffic here. Wait, we already have a tunnel here. I should just... I mean... They can go around. Probably. It wouldn't be that big of a deal if we do that. Might as well try it. Alright, vehicles road. And we have to wait for them to clean this place out. Oh my god. Oh, can we make it one way? No, probably not. Not the tram road. No. No. Ooh, do we have some sort of like sign or something that... a little bit... no pedestrians, so much vehicles. Yeah, let's make the trucks take a detour around here. And can we cancel it? End of restrictions. Something like that, I think. Let's see what happens. No, they are turning around. And they are going around here now. I guess it works. Oh, we have to... Buses. They're so funny looking. We have to replace them. They're so old and stinky. Drop out of goods. Hopefully people won't starve because of this traffic jam. This is going a bit slow. I think I will reactivate my helicopter construction depots. Because fuel costs are not that high. Well, actually, let's check. Current prices. Yeah, it's comparatively cheap. I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Well, let's reactivate it. Well, unleashing the helicopters did seem to speed things up. On another note, I'm going to run out of money very soon, so I will start taking loans, but I think we'll be able to complete the construction process and hopefully start making big profits of the steel. Because otherwise we are going to have a big problem. Definitely getting closer to getting built. But it's still not fully built. So loud with all the helicopters, like living in the city must be hell. Well, I guess the nice part is that we don't have any highways in the city, and the helicopters are not really right in the city, they're a little bit more away, so maybe it's not that bad, who knows. There's so many people just walking around. The helicopters. Oh my god. Look at them go! They do be building. But these cranes look so funny. Like a toilet with windows on the tower. I like how you can actually see some pipes inside of the sink. No, I think that's actually the exterior. Yeah. Yeah, I needed to start taking out loans. This should be fine. Right, the bus depot. Here is built. And now we can speed up construction like that. Transporting workers quickly. We also got the train office here. Again, I'm spending a bit of money on importing all these vehicles, but I just hope that the steel pays off. But this must have been finished, like I could actually not even increase the construction area. Yeah, even with higher priorities it still just didn't seem to affect it that much. Just everything was getting built bit by bit. Oh my god. The money is just draining like crazy. Borrow. Maybe I shouldn't borrow more than I need. Not pay the interest, but again it's like 2%. Very little. Oh, it's completed. So many weird barrels on it. Pretty cool. Alright, conveyor lining getting worked on. The factory is here, nearing completion. Still have to build the road network out. But then it's all about transporting people to the place and getting the resources out. We 75 tons of coal, 200 tons of iron. Well, let's say we can run this at like half speed. Let's say we can run it at half speed and we get 20 tons of steel per workday. Let's see. Steel. Sell 8,500. 20 tons per workday, 30 days per month, 600 tons per month. It's like 5 million or something. Oh, it's not that much actually. Where is the tourism going? Like, what the hell? Why is the tourism dropping? Hello? Maybe we should expand to another connection. We get tourists from there, but it would take a while. But it also would not cost as much as having an entire industry here. Well, let's just keep building industry and see what happens. Okay, I figured out how to make workers available at stations instead of them just disappearing. So they wait on the platform for an hour, but then I say them to go back to this platform. Then from there, they wait for an hour and go back to this one. So they just keep looping, and they also do the same with this platform here for workers. It is very funny, but also very effective. Oh, we got COVID in the Republic. This might affect tourism income. Yikes. On, finish building. I have spent another like 3 hours just babysitting this and monitoring the progress to make sure there's no traffic jams or trains get stuck. I mean, it's fun, but sometimes you want it to go faster, but you can make it go faster if you are competent at planning stuff properly. And I'm not super competent yet. But hopefully with all these construction offices, the future projects will go much faster. I have another thing we could try out, because electronics are just so expensive to import. Like, they pretty much make up half, if not more, of our expenses. We could try not importing them. We could try seeing what happens if people go without electronics. They will be unhappy, but they won't die, probably. Now the question is, how much that unhappiness will be a problem? We'll just have to try and see. In fact, if you move the trams into a train depot, you can connect them into a big tram. That way you can make just like metro tram systems. In fact, metro trains themselves don't really seem to be that much better than trams. Like trams, the fastest one goes 72 kilometers per hour, 150 capacity for 17 meters. So you can connect them into like 85 meter sausage that carries 750 people. But metros, let's see. Metro. The fastest one goes 80 kilometers per hour and 78 meters, 664 passengers. It carries kinda less passengers per length. They cost more per passenger, and they require their own super duper annoying infrastructure that other trains don't work with. So it's like, what's the point? Just make trams. Big long trams. And yeah, trams can go on roads and on rails. There's a superior vehicle. We should connect some of these trams into one big long tram train. And then for longer distances we have commuter trains that actually provide a significant speed difference, 150 kilometers per hour. twice the speed pretty much. It's really interesting to see the size difference between the trams and the trains when one of them is carrying them over to the depot. They can do it on their own, but it's funnier this way. I think you can't couple them together in the actual depot. Like, you can't use trams as makeshift people wagons. Because if you could make some really high capacity trains. Would be really funny. Like, this train here carries the same capacity of people as this one here. You can see the length difference. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I cannot mix different train types. Boom. But we can deploy them on the lines now. The construction is pretty much finished. Man, the soundtrack in this game is so good. It's crazy. Oh, nice. It's working. We got a little bit of stuff mined here. Our longer trams are going around. And we are making steel. Oh my! 500 workers for the steel mill. Holy hell. I think this might be a little bit. We mismanaged it a little bit. We didn't need this much industry. Because we are in such a deep hole. 170 million rubles in the pit. But the tourism has recovered. I also did a little bit of food exports in the factories here, but I stopped that now because stuff gets less expensive the more you export, and the more you import it gets more expensive, so each time the margins are lower and lower. And now we need people to actually work on the steel mine, so we'll divert them from other industries. My goodness. Steel. Well. And... oh my goodness, garbage. Right, how are we doing? We're not transporting enough workers around the place. We might need to have more train platforms. For them to pick people up more evenly. Well, it will work eventually. Okay. I seem to have set up the trams, so everything is kind of working now. Instead of having multiple lines, I just have one big line here. Going around, picking people up here, and then distributing them where they need to be. And then equalizing the timing at this tram terminal. As you can see, I also have, like, get out 40%, get out 30%, so it kind of distributes people evenly, but we need more people in the system here. I also started importing electronics again. We'll see how that does, but it should increase people's productivity because they will be happier, and also I will make more money because tourists will buy them as well. So we'll see if it balances out something better. In terms of loans, I have been doing like these short ones, but is interest rate like yearly interest or total one? Because with the short-term loans, like, I need to constantly keep taking new ones out. So I'm just thinking, what if I pay off the short ones? And take out longer ones. And we'll just see how the numbers will look. Well, it seems like the amounts shown here, I calculated it, and it doesn't include interest. Just zero amount. So I'm guessing 5.6%. It's... Let's see, loans balance. I will... Let's see. Let's wait 1 day until it pays for a single day of loans. Let me actually save this just before that. Just in case. Also, I did enable the food selling train, because might as well still some excess of it. The big limitation on our steel production seems to actually be... It's a lot of things. You need more workers, and we need more iron and coal processing plants, because the mines are not fully used, so I needed to decrease the amount of people working at them. Why are these not filling up fully? Man, I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, let's see. Paid? Oh, actually, a little bit of it got paid. Let's see. Start date. Oops. Let's wait another day and see what happens again. Also, another annoying thing, I wish there was an option to auto-research, like tourism advertisement, because it seems to run out some random times. It's in 5 days intervals. Let's see, electronics. Wonder. I mean, it would be good to have a Western connection for importing stuff and exporting stuff anyway, because they have some better vehicles in some select categories than the Soviet stuff. In general, I need to get more connections. I need to get a lot of stuff. Okay, I think the problem... Yeah, this tram takes a little bit too long to get here sometimes, because sometimes there's just stuff in front of it. Ugh. God damn it. I don't know. Weird limitation. People can just be waiting at the platforms and bouncing between them forever, but they can't just wait in a little bit in a vehicle to get to the destination. Not even that far. And I guess it just kind of makes a loop around here. We might need to have a direct line there. This is ridiculous. Okay, I managed to find a really stupid solution. Basically, you have a queue like this. People get out and immediately get into the vehicle at a stop. And that solves it. It's so stupid. I think it's actually better if you do it at the stop here. Oh wait, damn it. It's not where I want it to be. God damn it, God damn it, I forget that I'm not modifying the line. Just the vehicle. Making this more difficult than it needs to be for myself. Do this. Then we select the stop. This one twice. Everyone out. Load everyone. Great. Amazing. I do wonder. I wish there was an option to select like wait at the stop a little bit longer, because like people here are very transient. They wait a bit, then they all disappear over here. Alright, I guess there is a solution here. We could have two stops and people bounce between them and the tram just goes through both of them. So but whichever stop they are at, it will catch some of them. Let's do that. I guess with loans we pay what we take plus the interest, and if we have longer loans we just pay double pretty much. The only point in them is that the convenience that you don't have to click borrow money all the time, more and more and more and more. I guess shorter loans are better, and you just click to repay. But I mean, the difference is not that big, even in the amount that we are at right now in terms of loans, so I think we might keep them at longer period for convenience, perhaps? Don't know. No, it seems like having electronics in is very much not worth it. Like, spending by tourists before electronics, it's like barely anything. With them, it's 6 million or so per month. But the consumption of electronics themselves is around 30 per month, which is like 13 million rubles. And again, I have all the prices in the shops maxed out. So importing electronics will just drain our bank account for just a small happiness bonus. Literally So bad. Also, I switched to shorter loans because it counts. Having lower interest does count, especially when you have like 200 million them rubles. It's like 3% of interest, like 6 million per year. It's not much compared to other stuff, but it's in the millions. And that's significant enough. Let's see, what else can we cut in terms of resources? Let's see. Import crops, but we sell the food, so it's worth it. Because we can't really do much about that. This year. Last year. Fuel. Still we don't import anymore. I think. In terms of fuel, I don't know how much of it consumes the helicopters and how much other stuff. In fact, can we vehicle fuel? Can we see by vehicle type consumption? I don't know. I think that the difference is when I toggled the helicopters on and off, maybe? Or was it just active construction? I'm not sure. But I think we'll shut down the helicopter offices just in case. Every little bit helps. We have screwed up very big. And we have to do everything we can now to get out of the pit. Another thing, in the stations and in orphanages and in prisons, I had a balanced mix of everything. I think we'll just go full propaganda. Because they can get other enjoyment from other sources, but we have to do the propaganda here. And the higher, the better the propaganda, the more people can deal with. Let's just say that, and they will need to learn to deal with stuff. Because I am incompetent as hell. I have cut off many things and optimized some buildings that people weren't using to the fullest. Decreased the amount of stuff in them. And now there's a lot more people going over to the factories. So, food factory, all three of them working. Then we got steel stuff kind of working. We need building technical services here, so it can take out the garbage from this building much quicker. So bit by bit we are making stuff and exporting it, and plus tourism, and plus very low expenses as well. There's a lot of green numbers going on now. So just a few years of this and we'll dig ourselves out of the traffic. The depth hole. Should have done this much earlier. But well, as long as we can recover and learn the lesson from this, it should be fine. Yeah, I'm screwing around with the lines and I have discovered they're very unoptimized right now with the knowledge that I learned. Basically, I should put them in such a way that people just transfer between the lines on the stops. So like every stop that can be connected to another line. Just other buildings and the other tram stop. And that would also produce a cycle where people just move around further than they would usually go. Because first they go to one tram stop, and then from it they go even further beyond. So that way you can force them to move around beyond their usual walking distance. Which is pretty cool, I think. So if we manage to do all of this, it will distribute people around the city much better. And I think some hotels were empty because the service just couldn't reach properly. But now that I have understood the problem and set up a fix, I think we should be able to accommodate much more tourists. Also, I changed the trams, removed some stops that weren't needed. 5,000 tourists. I wonder if also we had a problem where we set up them incorrectly, so they were not properly getting into the city and just disappearing somewhere on the way. That could be the case. I have set up such a big orbital tram line, but I don't really remember debugging it that much. Well, I cut off supplies. Was it Schmidt, alcohol, and with electronics, like, I think they're bad. Average productivity is down to 42%. If we check the highest, it was, I think it was like 120 at some point, yeah. And not so long ago it was at like 100%. Yeah, we need to import electronics, because people will just not work that well. Like, we effectively have 1/3 of the population of its peak that still consumes the same amount of resources. Like, them not working well, just so much stuff is failing. Like, the heating plants are failing, people are freezing. I think we are going to get another death event. Yeah. We have to import everything. We have to import everything. And then just find a way to make enough money to afford all of it. But I did solve one thing. I made people move to their workplaces directly with trams. From nearby their houses, there's 0 transfers. Let's see, the lines. Here's the coal line, for example. Just pick up and drop off. And we have houses here pointing to the stop to go there. So it's literally just a single step, more complicated, more complex than having people directly go from their house to the building by a footpath. And they have unique lines from unique stops going to other buildings as well. Oh man, people are freezing. Actually, can I check an overlay? Let's see. Buildings. Heat. Temperature. Alright, distance from camera. Oh. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, this is bad. Yeah. Oof. We don't really have that much heating redundancy, do we? Yikes. Yeah, we already lost 5,000 people. Oh, why is it bad? Yeah, I don't think there's much recovering from this. We would have to reload the save. Yuh.